the morning wood. We got another one right here ready for you. Drew is sharing today. Roll one.
Cook. Someone called a paramedic, bitch, I'm on fire. We don't get this shit together, then we all die. They ain't feeling sympathetic for the small guy. I don't think I'ma regret it when the cars fly. Ain't nothing really hitting like it used to. Gas wake the neighbors up like a rooster. It's a booster, help me see the future. I believe in karma and karma's sutra, so let's do some. I know you cooped up. I know that LA running, I'll call a Uber. I know that LA weather got you confused, but when you walk in my house, pick your shoes up. I let my nuts hang, I let my chain swing. I'm on a 101, my we're doing the same thing. I need a 101 on how I'm supposed to maintain. I need a lane change, wait. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It ain't really paying for it if it's on credit. I make these motherfuckers come and get it. All kings either get rings or beheaded. All things are either rich or indebted. What's the cost of me running out of options? If I don't get deposit, there won't be nothing positive from it. You could play your life in the sky till you plummet. With the ice in your eye, till you rise to the summit. She gon' put it right outside when I want it. I be thinking about the last time that she done it. Can't be having nothing on your mind when I'm on it. You be making sunrise like a morning. I'm tryna get tongue-tied with you more often. It's a vibe when I'm honest. Can't be looking at life through a closed off lens. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Yes.
It's all good.
He said, I ain't even paying for it. He said, what? We ain't even pay for it if it's on credit. I make a motherfucker come get it. What up? It's motherfucking Wednesday over here. It's the morning wood. I'm rolling the wood. What are you rolling? Are you rolling? Are you dabbing? Are you ball vaping? Right? Oh, shit. Marijuana to you. It is Wednesday. Smoke Dog in the building right now. Alex J. Rolls in the building. Cali Bud's in the building. Peace, man. Did you get the email? The emails are being sent out. I got a text message saying that a majority of anybody that paid, you have tracking. The grow along is going down. You've got tracking. I think we're gonna hit capacity. I'm pretty confident we are hitting capacity. Shout out to everybody that's joined. We're talking about the Boston Clone Co. Morning Wood Grow Along going down. So all this went down so I can get down with HGV right here. Let's go. You see it behind me? Shout out to HGV. Getting ready to use the newts. Let's get it. Marijuana, though, today we got a dope guest. Drew is sharing. Now, Drew is sharing out there, if you're not familiar, is someone that has really built themselves up in this cannabis world. Matter of fact, I was like, you know what? Give me a breakdown, right? Because I know Drew of Sharon is basically a content creator out there. I recently saw that he has his own dispensaries even. I said, okay, this dude went and just did his thing. But I looked over there on his YouTube, 1.2 million motherfucking followers. God damn, he's got some yokes. He's got some yokes. Oh, yours, you guys say that it'll be here tomorrow. Beautiful thing. Likely, mine will be as well then. Mine will be there tomorrow. Let's fucking go. You guys ready? Are the tents clean? Are your tents clean, right? That's what you got to know. My tent, not so much. Not so much. I got to go clean it. I was supposed to go yesterday. I didn't pick up anything I needed. I need to go get some Tooper. I need some Tooper. No Tooper in this bitch. Yesterday, we saw Angel City Farms take out OGCM in a very close match. 2-point difference? Damn. How possible is it for there to be an overtime, right? What are the odds that Paul and Adam can push it to an extended round? What's the percentage of that happening? 2 points? Whew. That's close. That's so close that I wonder, did there need to be? Like, is it, damn, you can lose by a point? You can lose by a point? Oh, shit. Shout out to OGCM out there. He said, hey, getting taken out by the champion who just walked away with Olympics trophy. So I'll take that. Zane in here. I got my HGVR DY to go as well. I've been following the chart on the Skittles plant, and it has absolutely crushing. Praying all day and no tip burn. Praying all day. What would overtime be? A leaf? A grab bong? I don't know. Wu-Tang. They got to Wu-Tang that shit. Which one gave you the best Wu-Tang? That's the only way you can settle something like that, in my opinion. All right, before we get Drew Sharon on here, and before I get an opportunity to play our song, let me fucking play our shit. Let me light this blunt. Are you ready? If not, you should have been ready.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries,
just to smoke some pot.
Wouldn't you like to get away?
Every day, 10 a.m., Morning Wood. Let's go.
All those nights when you've got no lights, the check is in the mail.
Fuck, it better be.
And your little angel hung the cat up by its tail.
Shouldn't have had a cat. You shouldn't have had a cat.
Your fiancé didn't show.
Good morning to you. Let's go.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Bunch of Bull Studios, Wraith, Zane,
And they're always glad you came.
Vouchy. Let's go.
Be where you can see our troubles are all the same.
What?
You wanna be where everybody knows your name.
There it is right there. Marijuana. We are live in this motherfucker on a Wednesday. Let's go. Blicky in the building said, really? More real guests that have actual intelligence. Thank you, dog. Wow. The score was close, but we were both confident in the final decision. 100. Both had stashes. Bro, there better be every motherfucker in this 150,000 bracket. Better be some head stash shit. Because if you put in some non-head stash on a 10,000 bracket, god damn. Damn! Walk out that bitch. They didn't even say it was in the head stash. Oh, god damn. Yeah. Golly. That GP beat everything in the Olympics box. Shouldn't be crazy to think it'll keep winning. But they didn't do giraffe pussy. They did giraffe nuts. And is it just giraffe pussy with just some comedy? Is that what we're saying? Is there a giraffe nuts? Right? That I'm unaware of? Is there? 100 messages already. You guys are in the chat booming. Shout to Vouchy with the eggs in the chat. Eggs in the chat, let me know you fuck with me. And yes, 100 episodes. Holy shit. 100 episodes. You remember? You guys want to do a little flashback to episode uno? You want to know where this gangster shit started? Let's go. Let's fucking show you where this shit started. Sometimes you want to go. Boom, right here. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what was going on.
It's cracking.
But what we did know was Adam was going to smoke a blunt with me.
You can click comments of the page.
Come a long way.
There you go. So
the show has come a long way.
Nice. Yeah. That's how you read them right there.
Yep.
You know what then? Let me slide this over here.
Oh, there we go. That's better, dude. That's
there
better.
We go. Right.
Yeah.
Teamwork is the dream. Right?
Can you guys hear us off one mic, dude? We're you know, the
Teamwork
proper
makes
shit
the dream
network,
work.
dude.
All right, I'm all getting all up in it and
Two
shit,
mics
watching it. Like I did. I just want to watch that shit right now. Oh, are you going to use that HGV clear in Tupper? Talk to me, Z. Is that to me? You asking this question makes me feel like I need to be alarmed. What do you mean? Good opinions, entertainment, plenty of reasons to have a guest. Drew has a great palate. Oh, Drew's what? Who's questioning having Drew on? This dude's fucking doing things out here. You know. Plus, you know me. I'm like, I want to know what the fuck is going on overseas. I want to know what it's like, right? We have someone that is in the business. The man owns a fucking dispo. What? I think it's in Fuck It. So we're going to ask him. We're going to ask him about that. Got a bunch of questions about, I got a question because look we like to gaslight ourselves out here in the U.S., right? We like to gaslight ourselves. We like to think that we are the best. And we are. I'm just saying. But let's hear from the perspective of Drew. Like, I'm curious. Does overseas seek out our genetics out here? Are those the flowers and the concentrates that are highly sought out after? Or is there a whole fucking wave out there that just isn't getting promoted there? Like, we're not importing fucking weed here. Right? I need to ask that, actually. Let me ask that question. Is anybody out there importing some overseas marijuana into this bitch, right? You get some fucking OG in the mail? Talk to me. Drew has coffee shops in Amsterdam, Bangkok, and fuck it. Now, but at these coffee shops, can you sell the weed? At his coffee, because to me, woo. Man, he's got a story too. I was looking at his page and he posted up recently a story of him looking in a mirror many moons ago while in the States. And has a story about how, he had nowhere to go or something like that. And his family took him in. And then the next picture is him fucking just today. You know what I mean? So looking forward to hear that and how that journey went. All of us had a stoner dream. We all have a stoner dream, possibly. This man went out there and fulfilled that shit. No delay. My man just popped in here. Let's make sure everything is working out. I see you. Do you see us? I can hear you.
You don't hear me. You don't hear yourself back on my microphone, right?
No, everything sounds great.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Let's go. We got DREWISSHARING in the motherfucking building live with us.
Hey.
What up?
I hope everyone is well.
Yes, man. How are you doing?
Bro, chilling, same old, different day. I'm just blazing up.
Hell yeah.
I'm on a crazy, I don't even know how to describe it right now. I've got so many testers in my fridge over there that I need to go through. And I have to do it all before Mary Jane. So I have a lot of flour to go through.
Nice, man. So yeah, Mary Jane Berlin coming up. Obviously, that's got to be a huge event for you. Can you speak on Mary Jane Berlin and what that means for, out in that world?
So, I mean, for me, Mary Jane is sort of like, I see it in two ways, right? Number one, Mary Jane is like the event in the world right now, which I would say has the most international presence from any event, especially since Cannabis isn't happening in Barcelona anymore. It is like the place where if you are an international person, like that is basically the networking hub of the year, once a year. And that's it. I'm excited.
Yeah, man. I'm seeing that a lot of people from the U.S. are now getting geared up, getting ready to get out there. But man, I appreciate you popping on here. I've watched you. You've done your thing. For someone that likes to do cannabis content, my dude, you're like, you're the GOAT.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I've been trying my best. I've been grinding.
Yes. I mean, like, so let's start with, I mean, I got so many questions for you. A lot of the questions I like to ask though is like, what are you smoking out there? I'm always curious about overseas life being a stoner, my man. And I watch you, I see you're doing your thing. Now I get to pick your brain. The first question I have is honestly, do you think that in the US, we overhype Amsterdam these days?
Yeah, what the fuck? I mean, like, kind of in a way, it depends. So, like, if you mean the weed,
Yeah.
oh, 100%. If you just mean the place, then no, because there are so many Americans, especially that come to my shop in Amsterdam, where they're like, wow, this is incredible. Being able to walk into a place where you can smoke and sit inside, and, you know, that isn't a thing anywhere, really. Like, anywhere in the US, there is nowhere where you can actually sit down and smoke and have a community vibe. So in that sense, no, it's not overhyped, because that is actually beautiful. But the weed, bro, like, all the weed in Amsterdam is like loose Cali light depths anyway.
Damn. See, because when I went out there to Amsterdam, I remember getting out there the first time, and the coffee shops, you know, weren't, it was like, it wasn't having that pressure. And I remember being like, damn, I'm a fucking tourist out here and I can't find that pressure. And then it seemed like down the road, you guys started importing California buds and whatnot. Is that still heavily happening out there? Like with your, you have a coffee shop, right, in Amsterdam?
Yeah, I have a shop in Amsterdam, yeah.
And so I mean, with your plugs, I see you posted up the best marijuana that I feel is out there. Is that something that, you know, is heavily stocked out there in Amsterdam or in these other dispensaries, the US genetics? Or is there genetics out there that are you know, popular or making waves that we're just not aware of out here?
I mean, in Amsterdam, I'll be real. I think I have 2 strains on my menu in Amsterdam that are actually from the Netherlands.
No
2.
shit. Why is that?
Because, bro, it's not legal to grow in Amsterdam.
Okay, well, what about like in like because you have multiple coffee shops. What about like is there anywhere that you have a coffee shop where it is legal to grow and you can, like, you know, pull in from your community? I'm just, is there no?
Yeah, I mean, in Thailand, so in the Bangkok shop, we have, I mean, in the Bangkok shop and in the Phuket shop, we have a lot of local. And I like to pride myself on the fact that whether you're paying $10 for a gram or whether you're paying all the way up on the crazy imported prices of like $30 a gram, everything is still the same quality. If you're getting the local, it is still going to smoke just as good quality as one of the crazy imports. I mean,
Really?
Obviously, we do also get crazy stuff like elephant's growth, but like, you know, bar stuff like the elephant's growth,
Okay,
you know,
okay.
like your normal standard branded stuff like Tenko is going to smoke just as good as the normal local price stuff. But that's because, again, like we're making sure that the local stuff we have is that quality. And then the only reason you would have to spend more money on the other ones isn't because you're looking for better quality. It's because you want the exclusivity from the genetic or from the brand. Like, obviously, the only way you can try that brand is by paying that amount, and that's kind of why you have to pay for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, nice, man. I appreciate it because you know, you're in it. You know, you recently posted up something too that I thought was real inspirational. You posted up a couple mirror pics. One was you were posting one, like, and it was like you said something about, man, you know, I posted this up and I was in the US and I was like at this time lost or whatnot, and a family had taken you in, and then you posted the next mirror pic and it was like you today. Man, you really chased this like fucking cannabis dream, bro. Like, what was? I mean, can you? I'm gonna show this post to the audience, but can you explain kind of what that was about?
Can I blaze on here? I mean,
Oh fuck yeah, no, so roll up.
Blaze, right?
Yes, you can. I'm about to light one up myself. So
it's YouTube, so like I always have to ask. You know what I mean? Like, if it
I
wasn't
appreciate
YouTube,
that.
I probably wouldn't ask. But
no, appreciate that you asking, my man. Thank you. But yeah, blaze up. We're doing our thing. I'm pulling up the picture. Oh, let's hit that right there. Pulling up. Oh, you know what? That is the backup account. Let's go over here. It's this one right here. I'll let you see what I'm showing the audience right now. This post right here. You were wilding back there, dog. Like, so when you posted this and reminiscing about your journey, my dude, you're out there just living this cannabis dream. and you flash back to this moment right here, bro. What was it like?
Bro, so you know the reason I even wrote this is because there's like a spare bathroom in my house, and it's super similar to the bathroom that was in this girl's house. So I was just stood looking at myself in the mirror, and I had my phone there as well, and it was literally like all the memories of when I was there before just came flooding back to me, and it just kind of felt kind of surreal, because if I had told myself then that I would be doing what I'm doing right now, I would be like, no, there's no way, that's impossible. You know?
Right? Overseas even type thing. Are you where were you born? Are you born a U.S. citizen or overseas? Like
No. So I was born in the UK, and bro, the only reason I was in the US at the time was just because I had like, I mean, it is a long story. I won't tell the full story here, otherwise I'll literally just be sat here for like 30 minutes having to tell like this insane story. But essentially, I came to the US on a whim. Ended up meeting somebody who owned an apartment, and they owned multiple apartments, and they are basically like, you can just stay in the spare room I have. Eventually, I ended up going on like a big music festival tour. Eventually, when I was on this big music festival tour, I fell out with the people who I was living with before in that apartment, and then I didn't end up going back to that apartment. I ended up chilling with some of my homies, ended up living out of a van with those homies.
Oh shit.
Then, while I was living out of a van with those homies, which was actually like a big airport shuttle bus, like 5 people were living in, that's when this situation happened where I ended up getting arrested because somebody on the crew didn't look up the trespassing law in one of the states, and we ended up getting arrested for going in some abandoned place.
Damn.
And that's when this happened, basically.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, kind of what made you, what started your cannabis journey? I mean, obviously you were probably smoking and doing your thing, but like, what made you say, fuck this, I'm going to take it to the level where I'm going to start, was it reviews that you broke into? But what was your cannabis, like, kind of entry into cannabis entertainment?
Bro, like, so you know what it is? You know what? So I think I have to say how I started smoking first, because it's kind of separate to the entertainment side, which is I started smoking like when I was super young, just in school, because obviously, on the weekend you want to have a little smoke. And I was like, in the UK, people start smoking like super young. But
how young?
Eventually, I had kind of like not been smoking weed for a little while when I was a teenager, and then I had a head injury at some point. And after this head injury, I was put on like loads of medication, and they would always just make me into like this fucking robot of a person, like super blob, no personality. Like, I would have no motivation.
You hear about that?
Yeah, so eventually I didn't even mean to start smoking weed for medical purposes, but I just wanted to find a drug that didn't make me feel horrible. Because after I had the head injury, like any drug I would try to do would just make me feel really horrible. So eventually I found that like weed was something I could do, and it wouldn't make me feel horrible. It made me feel really good.
Right.
And then after a while, I'd been like smoking weed, like I think it was like a week or something where I'd been smoking weed for like 4 or 5 days in a row. And I was speaking to some of my American homies who were like super used to the medical weed back then. Like this, this is like 12 years ago. So like, yeah, back then they were like super used to it. So it was like this big new thing in a lot of places. And they were all telling me like, bro, if you haven't been taking your medication for those 4 days and you're feeling better from the weed, then weed is your medication. And
hell
like,
yeah.
all clicked in my head like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't take my medication anymore. I should just smoke weed. And I literally haven't since then.
Wow, man, how powerful of a statement, from those, people that push you to say, hey, fuck the pharmaceuticals, because you do hear a lot about that, the zombie mode that it can make you have. Nice, man. So never turn back. I can relate. Marijuana is a miracle drug, a miracle vibe, and it's been amazing. So then you start smoking, you're in the UK. What's life like that? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, for me back in the day, before it was legal, man, it was like a motherfucker trying to get the plug to come up, or to, sometimes they didn't have some shit. You know what I mean? Like, what was life like?
So this is the crazy part about the UK. I mean, so before I went to America, I can't really say too much because, like, well, I mean, I guess I kind of can, but like, so I was in supported housing for a little while. So I was in like a YMCA. But like in the UK, YMCA is like still a charity over there, but they have like housing, like supported housing for younger people. Okay. And I was in one of these places at one point. There were a bunch of people selling bud in there, and like, bro, like most of the time people would just have some bullshit. and it was kind of bad. And like occasionally you would see some flavors, but it was mainly just cheese and haze. Like that was like all you would get basically before I moved to America.
Okay.
And then I was in the US for a while, and then being in the US, I was in Cali for ages. It was in the height of the OG era where like you could just go on weed maps and you could look through it, and 20 of the options would all be like something OG, something OG, something.
You're like,
OG,
I made
OG,
it.
you know what I mean?
I made it.
The best. So yeah, so being out there, I actually figured out what good weed was, and I realized like, oh, this is like, you know, how it all goes. And then when I came back to the UK, by this point, like weed had sort of also come over there, like good weed had come over there, and it was starting to get popular. You could slowly start getting stuff that wasn't just cheese and haze. But what you have to understand is cheese, like the original cheese, and haze, like the European side of haze, which I think you guys know as Jack.
Okay. Jack. Yep. Jack.
That is some fucking terpy weed.
Yes, it's a very loud. You know, it's like an energy weed for me. Like I feel like I need something.
I'm not a fan on the haze, on the sativas, on the Jack or anything myself.
Yeah.
But you can't deny that it smells unbelievably pungent. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's the same with the cheese. So you can imagine that if you're in the UK and it's before 2014, 2015, and you grow up for however many years. For me, in my case, it was 6 years or so. For other people, it might be 10 or 15 years of just smoking cheese and haze. That is some fucking terpy shit. So like when new weed comes out, for some UK person to consider it to be good, it has to be terpier and smellier than haze and cheese, which is actually really hard. So like inadvertently, the UK was like trained to make connoisseurs.
Wow.
Like, I would say your average smoker in the UK would consider themselves a connoisseur in some way.
Fire. Nice. Okay, that's a cool perspective, my dude. Nice. Do you?
But then like, on the flip side, right? Like so, like you know, you've got beginners smoking crazy weed like that, yeah. At the exact same time in America, even though in America they had the better genetics and the better grow and the longer experience and all that, your average consumer in like 2014 who just went into somewhere and was like, I'm a beginner, I want weed, was getting some like Blue Dream. And by that point, it was already dead and had no terp and was just like some flavorless, like weed smelling weed. Like,
nice. Okay. So with that, you said that when you got out to California, you know, do you feel California is the mecca of cannabis in the world?
Kind of. It is if you know where to look.
Okay. And
because
with that,
I hear a lot of people who go to Cali and they see all the Cali weed that's international and all these big brands, and they expect to go into a dispensary and they expect they're like, but what's up with this? I went into a dispensary in Cali and I didn't see any wizard trees, I didn't see any Tenco, I didn't see any of this, I didn't see any of that, and I'm like, yeah, because that's not how it works. Like these brands, like a lot of those are traditional market, and even the ones that are rec are only in like certain areas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, man, that's interesting to see that perspective out there. Do you think that like we see Canada, you know, shipping all over the world? They're leading the world in international shipping.
Internationally, Canada is known for mids.
Exactly.
Just, like if you're Canadian, you probably think you've got the best weed in the world, and it's probably not bad. But like internationally, the respect wise, if you're Canadian, we think you smoke mids because that's
there it is. Damn, dude. I think that's so crazy because like they're out there just cooking and shipping it everywhere. Is there anywhere in the world that you think is caught up in some ways to California at all out there? Because you just said that in your shops, your local growers are growing equivalent to Tenco. That's a pretty powerful statement.
100%.
Wow.
And you have to understand that like these are local growers that in my shop I'm selling for $10 a gram, right? Like a bit over like $12 a gram, about that. And like most local weed in Thailand in a retail store is probably going to sell for like $5 a gram. You know? So like for us to find weed that is truly on the level of those Cali ones, it's still expensive and it's fucking hot. And then we still get them in small batch. Like some of the stuff we have on the menu is like single plant stuff.
Damn, that's tight. I like that energy from you that you're saying you're out there seeking that. Do you feel that, you know, with your platform that you're able to platform certain growers or brands?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know what's actually crazy is since I started the shops, I have brands reaching out to me that want to get me samples or want me to try their bits and everything, just because they want to go on the menu. Like
Absolutely.
there's the menu for Phuket where it genuinely looks like one of the craziest menus you've ever seen. It has like every big brand and name that you've ever seen with all of the new crazy hype bits, and people want to be on that because they think to themselves, bro, if I'm on a menu next to Tenko, then people are going to think that I'm on that same level as Tenko, right? So
Right.
and if they're on my menu, then they can sell to other people because they'll be like, hey, look, I'm on Drew's menu over there in Thailand. So like, look, you need this in wherever, you know?
Right. No, that's cool, man. That's what I was curious too. We heard a lot about some changes being made of of Thailand. And have you experienced any kind of, with those changes? Is there pressure to shut down or?
No.
Okay,
They do inspections sometimes, and you just have to make sure that all of your paperwork is in order. And in general, everything's fine. The news reports that come out it's a good thing you've said that, because the whole point of those news reports is so that other countries think that.
Okay, I was wondering, did they feel like we all came in and just flooded the market and it wasn't?
No, the only reason they want that is it's not even because of countries like where you're from. If anything, they want people from America and people from Canada to know that weed is legal and that you can just go into a shop and buy it, right?
Mhm.
They want the Asian countries that border Thailand to think that it's like, oh, it's all cracked down and it's all not as easy as before. And like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. What about events and stuff like that? What are events like out there? Obviously, we've seen Mary Jane Berlin, but here.
Bro, there was a great event last year. It was 420 Highland. It was so good. But
nice.
Because of the law changes, the only thing that has kind of changed is the openness, in the sense of even those events technically, maybe, I'm not really sure what the law is, but maybe shouldn't have been okay in the first place, let's just say.
Damn.
And like them changing the law, I mean, it hasn't actually changed anything that would affect those events happening, but because of that, people are just a little bit more scared to sort of do what they were doing before anyways, Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does, definitely. They threw that caution flag out there, so it's almost like a reset of like, can we do this, or what are they going to do about it?
Like, edibles are illegal here.
Wow.
Edibles are flat out illegal. I do not sell edibles in my stores. Yes.
Why?
Because extraction is illegal in some way, and it's
oh my God.
Yeah, so edibles are completely illegal, but they've always been completely illegal. And like everyone always used to just sell them anyway. Like nobody cared. Like it was completely fine. And then the new law changes came in. They didn't change anything in the new laws to do with edibles, but now nobody can have edibles anymore.
That's wild, because edibles...
and they actually care on the checks, even though again nothing actually changed. It's super strange.
That is strange. So at your coffee shops, you're able to, it's just loose flower at that point. Pre-rolls, loose flower, no concentrates, no edibles.
Yeah. Branded and loose flower is all we have.
When people go out there and visit, is it like what do you average people spending like in a tourist wise? Like, do they come in and just like, do you see people traveling out there to smoke weed, or like is it?
I would say 50% of the customers in both shops in Thailand are tourists, and then the other 50% are locals.
Wow.
And generally, it honestly doesn't even matter whether they're a local or tourist, because both buy in the exact same way. Either people are coming in and they just want to get like a gram of 1 to maybe 3 things, and they just want to try out a couple of them, and then maybe one of the ones that they like, they'll get like a 3.5 of or a 2 of or something. And then there's the complete other side of customers where they just walk in and they go, oh my God, wow, you've got all of these. Yeah, sweet. Well, I'll get a 3.5 of this one, a 3.5 of this one. Oh, you said this one comes in a 7-gram jar instead of 3.5. Yeah, I'll get 7 of this one. Oh, and the one before? Yeah, I'll get 7 of that one as well. Sweet. And this one's 7 gram? Oh yeah, that one's 7 grams. Sweet. I get one of them as well, and they'll just buy everything off the menu and not even give a shit.
Is there any type of limits that you have?
Huh?
Do they have like a purchasing limit, or can they just go off?
It's a 30-gram prescription limit,
okay.
But you can always just buy another prescription.
I love it. My dude, is there, with you owning this type of coffee shop and being involved so heavily Was there anything that shocked you about consumers? You know, because you get like raw data now. You see consumptions all across the board, and like that,
Yes.
man.
Yes. There are less people that buy as much weed as I do than I thought.
Okay. Yeah, right. Do you realize you're like, fuck, I am a fucking heavy stoner.
Yeah, I realized, like, damn, all those times I got those comments from people being like, yo, the plug must love this guy. They were right.
They were
the
right.
Plug probably fucking was mad glad when I left the UK.
That is fucking classic, my dude. I felt the same way because I'm like, yo, like we went through this thing where they're trying to like ban odor in Arizona, and I'm out here trying to tell people about it, and they were like, well, I don't really smoke like that. I'm like, you don't smoke 8 times a day? What are you smoking, my man? What are you lighting up?
Oh, bro, I'm smoking on something that just won a jewel on my live stream, which is the Cami Kush from Zikigai Garden.
Oh, fire. Hell yeah.
Bro,
we smoked some of
This
that.
is some dank. It's Skywalker OG cross Zikigai, and it is absolutely fire. It not only was it a first round knockout in the jewel, but this is probably in my top 5 rankings of things that I've smoked this year.
Wow. Fire. Can you share with us where we can find Drew is sharing as well to make sure? Because I want to make sure that I'm pulling up more, man. I've watched the clips and things like that, but how do I watch live? You know, if I want to watch you do these types of...
If you want to watch live, I do everything live on Kick. But at some point, I will be making the jewels more official at my shop with like a nice big setup. It's going to be super cool. And when that time does come, I think I will also restream onto other platforms as well. But for the time being, it's just on Kick.
Nice. And I appreciate you sharing that too, because Kick is doing their thing. And we obviously have issues with, you know, the major platforms like Instagram. You mentioned how YouTube, it's, you know, they're very finicky with everything as well. What's that been like, you know, trying to navigate, you know, the regulations that these streaming platforms have?
You know what? Since I moved to Kick, it's chilling. You can do whatever the fuck you want on Kick.
Fire.
You can do anything you want on Kick. It's so good.
Nice. Did you, and you feel Kick over Twitch?
Yeah, because I was on Twitch for ages. I'd actually built up a really nice community. I was killing it on Twitch for a while. And then they introduced a new rule, which was you can't have any sponsorship related to cannabis, right? Which I never used to do sponsorships related to cannabis anyways. But
wow,
I
shocking.
did think that, okay, if I got weed for free, technically that could count as a sponsorship.
Okay. Wow,
and that
yeah.
means technically they could just ban my account.
Yeah,
like
you
if,
know,
if one person at Twitch didn't like me or didn't like weed, they could just ban me when they want to.
that's what I saw too, where they came out with those, because I'm heavy on Twitch myself, and I saw that. Fortunately, I'm flying way under the radar. Someone like yourself, though, yeah, like they're gonna use as an example, and it's like so cool, man.
That's what I meant. Or like, I could just have someone who just doesn't like me, like somebody.
Exactly.
I could literally get a Twitch employee, and they could just see my shorts come up on YouTube every day, and I could just annoy them, and they could be like, "Fuck this guy, I'm gonna ban him," you know?
Yeah.
Because that Twitch is like that, you know? Like
Yeah.
that's actually the sad part about it. Like Twitch is really like that.
No. Oh, yeah. No. I appreciate you letting me know too, because I've been kind of floating on the radar. I've been paying attention to see what's gonna happen with my shit. Let me ask you a question.
To be
then.
honest, I think I probably would have been okay because since then I haven't seen anyone get banned for any weed-related offense on Twitch. But at the end of the day, it was a good move because I make good money on Kick, and also it feels more comfortable being able to know that even if I just say something that might not be like PC enough for Twitch, then like they can't.
You're
ban me or
good.
whatever.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you saying that too, because we're actually gonna the network is gonna be moving over to Kick here pretty soon as well, because of the feedback that we're seeing, and obviously like what they're allowing for creators to have, and I think that, hey, I mean, how has it been witnessing the cannabis creators damn near have a space now? You see curating happen, right? Like all of a sudden it's gone from influencing to now a little bit more of a professional title out there with with curating menus and helping facilities and on a larger level.
I fuck with it hard because I had a vision ages ago. I never managed to pull through with it, and I'm glad that I can finally see people do it. Which is, bro, I've always thought that reviewers should tap in with shops and with menus and like verify things on the menu. Because if somebody gives honest reviews every single time, and they're not going to chat shit, and that they know what they're smoking, then like, fuck yeah. If I was in New York and I saw a menu and it said this one was B. approved, I'd fucking buy that one first.
Totally agree. We witnessed that now, be present out there. Do you feel that it's also a place for, at a certain point, for reviewers to charge for their platform, right? To accept, payment to get on their platform?
But, okay, here's where I have a disagreement with B. Okay, and I really, really, really hope that he sees it my way at some point, because I used to see it the same way as him. Okay, which is he likes to be transparent. Okay, and he likes to say when somebody gives him a care pack or if somebody books a review, right? Because again, the way I see it as well, if somebody came to me and they paid me for a review, you're not paying me for an advertisement, you're booking a review slot because I fucking review 2 things every day. And if you want to guarantee yourself 100% review, you got to pay to get a slot. Otherwise I'm reviewing something else, you know what I mean? And it doesn't mean I'm going to say it's good. It means you get a review, you're booking a slot, right?
Right.
Now, to me, I think you only need to be transparent if that's going to affect the review. Because the way anyone is going to see it, and it's an innate bias in all of us, that I see it with other people when they do it as well. If somebody was going to review some weed and in their review, they like made sure to tell me that they were being transparent about the fact that they got given the weed for free or that they got paid, I am just automatically going to assume that the reason you're telling me that is so that I, as the viewer, secretly know that you're actually telling me this so that I know you're just saying it's good because you've been paid or you got it for free. Even though I do know that's not the case, me as a viewer, I'm going to just automatically think that's why you're telling me.
Okay.
And
well,
the way I see it is if it's not going to affect the review, then why are you telling me?
Well, I look at it like this too, though.
Well,
it's interesting. I appreciate that. I think that where you have a point that I think that hits harder is that, like, how many motherfuckers want you to review their weed? Let's start there. Like, on a regular basis. Right. So you, like you said, you do 2 a day. So if you want, and your platform is huge, like, you know what I mean?
just pick everything myself. Like 99% of everything that I review on the channel is just me buying stuff and reviewing it,
And so where I feel like, and I'd love to hear your opinion on this, is at a certain point, yes, I believe that getting a payment, because it is at this point a platform that is going to set you up if you get out there and knock it out, and it's going to bring you business. Like, so
100%, bro, like 100%.
Where would you say is that line, though, where you're getting enough attention to pay for? Because there's a lot of reviewers out there that got like 100 follows. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, yo, man, I'm going to need that monies and shit like that. But I think that some reviewers...
I think this is the perfect spot, yeah? I only did my first ever booking for anyone, for any brand, which the first booking I ever took for any video in any sort of form like that sort of thing, which is like any similar, was for a shop. Like a shop just wanted me to come right over and like show off their menu, you know what I mean? So I just went over there and made a short go into the shop, right? I only felt like I could really charge a price that was actually going to benefit these people when I could guarantee 50,000 views on the video.
There it is.
And I said to them, if it didn't get 50,000 views, you get another one for free. I
There
said,
it
if
is.
you didn't get 50,000 views in 1 month, then you'd get another one for free.
And I appreciate you, sharing that, intel and your perspective on that, because I do think that there's levels to it that almost in these arguments when it's like, oh, people are charging for reviews. It's like, well, let's factor in like what kind of platform.
It's the realistic thing is it's like, okay, how do you see it? Because if you're a reviewer and you're actually seeing it as people are charging for a review, that's kind of fucked up. But it's like if you're seeing it as, oh, somebody's charging for a booking to be able to get a review, then it's kind of different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because realistically, I'm never going to take money to say that somebody's weed is good. In the same sense that obviously even on the proper doinks, like, you can pay the $4.20 for the fast track or whatever, and then make it there. But I'll be real. Regardless, me as a viewer, I don't care. If anything, I literally don't want to know.
Yeah.
Like if I'm watching a B-Dot review, I kind of don't want him to say at the beginning, this video somebody booked in, because I don't care. If that didn't actually affect what you're about to tell me afterwards on the review, then like literally don't tell me.
Right. I think
otherwise I'm going to go into the review assuming that that's going to have affected everything that you're about to tell me. Like, it's 30 seconds of content. Like, it's a lot of assuming.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that when I saw that clip and I thought about myself and whatnot with guests and whatnot, and yeah, I think that, you know, if it just depends on what is generated. So I appreciate your opinion on that. Definitely, as someone out there that has a large platform himself and doing things. Well, let's talk about some of the things that you have reviewed recently and shocked you. Is, you know, what's the last review you did where you maybe didn't know the person or the grower and it blew your mind?
Ooh, you know what? Let me not get this wrong. Let me go on my YouTube.
I appreciate that, my man. Right now, talking to DREWISSHARING, man, all the way out there in the UK, overseas. What time? I think it's like 8 or 9 or something like that out there.
No, it's 1 a.m.
1 a.m, my man. Appreciate you staying up with us out here to kick it. It's 10 a.m. over here. It's the morning wood, sunny.
Hey. Oh, ooh. Yeah. You know what? The last thing that really, really, really wowed me. One second. Let me get out of the fridge.
Oh shit! Nice. We even get to see it. Let's go. Shout out to everybody being out there. This is the Morning Wood. We're here weekdays, 10 a.m. Big kicking it. Appreciate you popping in. What do you got?
Is it gonna focus? Hopefully it focuses.
Right. Oh, nice. Okay. The elephant's growth, man. Let's talk about it. That blew your mind.
Oh.
Zipaya OG, huh? No
OZ.
shit, dude. Now, do you talk to him like when you're at this point? Like, you damn near got to have access to anybody you want in the weed game.
Somewhat, but like brands like this, I still don't buy Elephant's Growth from Elephant's Growth.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
He'll like my message and then like reply with an emoji.
Man, I would be like, yo, let me make sure I always got you something, dog. Like, damn, do you find that, you know, at this level that you're at, that, you know, you constantly have the newest and freshest drops? Because obviously with Fuck It, you've got your coffee shops cooking and everything. Like, you know, are you getting weed all over the world? You know, not only on your own choice, what you're seeking out, but also I imagine from people out there that are trying to impress you.
Yeah, of course. And I've been doing this before the shops, to be honest. Like, I've been making sure that I'm up to date and always getting the newest shit and always like, I'm sure that you could literally go on my channel like 8 years ago and you'd see me smoking real Paris OG.
Fire.
You know?
Yeah, that strain really hits home for me too. That was one of my favorites, actually. That Paris OG was something special.
So like, you know what I mean? So like, I've been on it. I've been making sure that I have been on it. You know what I mean? Even when I was broke, like once a month, once every however, I would save my money and just make sure I got the top of the top. But it's not about like where you're at in life. It's not about having a coffee shop. Like, you can be smoking just like me if you're a regular Joe. You just got to be on it with meeting people and going to events and networking, and then also keeping in contact with everyone that you meet and not being afraid to ask for things, you know?
I feel you, but the prices that we've heard from out there is pretty wild, man. Like packs getting sold out there for $8K and then turned around and you got eighths for like $250. You know what I mean? Is it really?
Oh, no eighths are $250, but the eighths, the highest eighths in UK are going to go for $150. And that would have been like Lemon Up from Mr. Cushington and stuff like that. Then the stuff that comes in the 7G jars, yeah, maybe you'll see it go up to like 260.
Okay.
But like nothing really gets more than 260 on the queue. And to be honest, most of the time, the top 7 gram ones are only like 180 on the queue.
Okay, now I appreciate you clearing that up, my man, because that's why I was really excited to have you on, because like of your just knowledge and experience out there. Like you're the man I wanted to talk to on all these topics out here. What would you think people would be shocked about, you know, cannabis, retail? You know what? Let me pause. I can ask you all kinds of questions, bro. I got so many. What are some things that are on your mind though that you would like to talk about? Let me give you the floor real quick. Is there anything that you want to bring up that you want to discuss?
That is a good question. To be fair, I mean, you know what? I have a good question for you. Seeing as you've been recently keeping up to date with the stuff, and obviously see what I post. Like to you, if you didn't know that I was in a different country, would you have even noticed?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Yeah,
yeah, because you
Based on
post.
the weed?
Yeah,
But
because,
like, is there certain brands that I'm missing? Like, are there certain brands that you're like, yeah, this guy can't be from here because he's not reviewed this, you know?
well, no, because I think that you make it known, like everything you posted, like life maxing in Thailand and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
but I mean, if I didn't post stuff like that, if you were just watching my reviews and you just saw the weed that I was reviewing, you know?
Oh yeah, no, that's kind of where I was curious. Is why are we seeing so much of our weed being promoted out there? Like, is there not any like fire brands out there? Is there not an Alien Labs? Is there not a Tenco? Is there not a Preferred Gardens? Like, where are those brands out there? Where's the hunger to fucking be that brand in the UK?
In the UK, it's just not worth it because people do become brands like that in the UK and then they get good enough and they move to Cali and everyone wants to be the next.
Damn, like Stacks, right?
Yeah.
No shit. Why? Like you said, it's not worth it. Damn. That. Okay. UK. Then let's go over to Thailand. Then what about in Thailand? Like, what about like
in Thailand, it's so hard because the humidity and the heat here, it's actually so hard to be a good grower here.
What?
Like, there aren't that many, and the ones that do it good are amazing. But like, there's so many dead grows from where it's just so hot and humid, and people don't do everything right, and they don't have the effort, they don't have the time, they don't have the money.
Wow.
And then, wow. But like most people here in Thailand smoke Thai weed. Like people like me and the people who come to my shops are like outliers in like the general weed community here. Whereas on the flip side in the UK, I would say it's like maybe 60% of people smoke local weed and like 40% of people smoke Cali.
Damn. A lot of people out there looking for more Cali. And then you're saying in Thailand, it's a lot of just Thailand smoking, huh? Like a little bit less.
In Thailand, the price difference is too insane. Like you could legit walk into a retail store and buy something for $4.50 a gram, right? US, like £3 British a gram.
US even.
And then it's like, okay, do you want to get something for that a gram, or do you want to go get some Cali for 30 a gram? You know what I mean? Like it's 10 times more.
And what's the difference though on like smoke?
Oh, like literally, bro, not even a question. Like, even one of my homies who is like a strict, doesn't really buy weed, buys like the shittest, cheapest bit from whatever dispensary. He smoked that zoo head from Tenco the other day, and he had me texting me saying, "I'm converted. I'm smoking Cali now."
That's classic, dude. I mean, well, cool, man. I mean, damn it. US needs to get on their shit, though, man. We need to fix these laws so we can like fucking be shipping like crazy, man. But damn, for real though, it seems like we got that shit on lock. Once we can, damn. I mean, obviously, right now, trappers all over the world, they're like, shut the fuck up, fool. We are taking care of them. Let it be.
It has been crazy for a minute. Like for US weed across the world, it's been pretty crazy.
Well, you yourself, obviously, into the high quality smoke, the smokability, putting on your audience to what it's like. I see you rolling up the doinks, and you got the proper doinks tips in there. Do you find that smokability and consumption across isn't considered? Like how people consume it out there, majority?
In Thailand, no, because like the majority of people, like 95% of smokers out here are just like cheap smokers who want any weed that'll smoke however, as long as it gets them high.
No
but like
shit.
that is literally the opposite of the UK. The UK, 95% of people care about quality and want terp and really want their weed to be good, whether they're smoking local or Cali. Like people want it to be 10-10, and they would like. I know people that would actually like do very horrible things to people over just the weed, like a gram being bad.
No shit.
You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like you don't want to sell someone bad weed in the UK. You have a really, really, really bad time.
Damn, like that. Hell yeah, then. My man, appreciate you taking time with us today, man, and kicking with us, chopping it up. One of the things we're seeing out here is like corporatization of some cannabis, right? Like we're seeing like mass produced cannabis, things like that. Well, how do you feel about commercial cannabis? Like, do you pay attention to that in any ways? Do you find
I have kind of a big respect for the commercial brands that are actually trying to do it right, because I understand that there needs to be weed that is for a lot of people that also needs to be good. I mean, honestly, as weird as it is to say, I mean, I would consider Wizardtrees a commercial brand. No,
I mean,
like,
definitely.
they've got huge facilities. They're in multiple states. Like, they're as much of a commercial brand as you could be. But they're one of the most fire brands in the scene. Very consistent, and I would say not much of their weed is really getting into like the 9 out of 10 range, but it is all pretty consistently just bang on a 9 out of 10. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, okay.
None of it's getting up to 9.1 or 9.2 or going higher than that and even creeping up into the 10s. Like, none of it is like that. But for them to do what they're doing on their commercial scale and having everything be consistently 9 out of 10 and be hunting the phenos and going, doing what they're doing, amazing.
Yes.
But obviously, then you have the other side of things where you have like the big Armenian facilities in America where like they're just pumping out crazy, $1.2K pounds all the way down to like $800 a pound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so that is dead.
Has there been anything about commercial cannabis that shocked you? Because I felt when all of a sudden we started seeing these like fake terps, and I was like, what the fuck? I mean, bro, all the New York people, they're getting $800 light dep LCGs. They're sending them to New York and they're spraying them with terps, and then they're selling them for $4K a pack. It's wild that like spray terps are a thing. I mean, I get it, and I guess I get it because you see like in tobacco world, they've got all those flavors and whatnot, and it's just like, well, damn, like cannabis had its own flavor. It's like, why did we need to add the flavor? But you have people out there that don't know what they're doing, mass producing, and I mean, when you mentioned LCGs, at least that is like decent, but we're seeing like just boof, man, like some really bad shit. Be sprayed, rolled up into a pre-roll, and pushed out. Do you feel like, where would be the first kind of commercialization that you think will happen for UK that, is currently, illegal, it sounds like, and whatnot? Is there any talk of, of like, how that'll come about?
In the UK, they do have medical, but the medical in the UK is just like the most backward situation ever. And like, you can't see the weed before you buy it. It's all online. You can't even smoke the weed legally. You have to vape it. It's just the dumbest thing.
That is dumb. Hey, shout out to Blackleaf being in here saying smoking on his peaches, kicking watching us right now, my man. Have you had a chance to try any of the peaches that First Smoke of the Day Blackleaf has put out there yet? Has it made its way out to the UK or to Thailand?
No. I would love to get some. Make sure he messages me so I can make that happen.
That's fire right there. What? So you've brought up some brands. I asked you what one was the most recent that blew your mind. What are some of the brands that you hold to a very high, regard, and make sure that you seek out any of their drops?
I would say number one on the list, Cutright. Cutright right now are absolutely smashing it. I think everything I've had from them has been good. I did hear that the most recent drop wasn't quite as good as literally everything else, but I must be the luckiest guy on earth because I just happened to not get that drop. So,
my shit's been smoking.
For me, it was smoking crazy. I'd be definitely looking for that. I'm trying to get some locals only. I've been looking for that. Elephant's Growth as well. Keep Elephant's Growth on the radar. Tenko, I pretty much get anything that they drop. And to be honest, sometimes it's not always the best from Tenko, but when it does hit and it is the best, it really does hit. So I'm always trying to. Always trying to get some Tenko. And same with Wizardtrees, really. Like like I said, it's an easy 9 out of 10 every time. So if they're dropping something new, it's like, wow, okay, this new thing that I already know is going to be 9 out of 10. Yeah.
Well, what about the Toad situation going out there? You see that it's just fucking infiltrating all over the U.S. What's it?
I just dropped my own Toad with Be Easy.
There it is. Look at that!
My own Toad with Be Easy. This is our collab, available soon.
Look
I mean,
at
if you're in
that.
Thailand, then available, but everywhere else, available soon.
So is that something that you normally do? Is collaborate with brands out here? Is it
I have done it a few times, but this is probably the most serious one I've ever done. Like, I've done it
Okay.
with mini brands and like, you know, with brands where I've helped them find genetics. And I mean, it's no different to this one. I helped BEZ find the toad venom. So
How fucking dope, dude. How dope. That's got to be exciting to now be out there collaborating with these breeders again. Like you said, you've done it before, but this was the more serious one. Are you hoping
yeah,
that,
like I've never done it with like a big brand before, like only local brands, you know?
is that something where you would like to see yourself do though consistently? Like, would you like to see a DREWISSHARING OG or something? You're
100%.
like,
That's actually the first thing I ever dropped. Like years and years and years ago, I dropped a DREWISSHARING OG.
hell yeah. That's tight.
But I actually have 2 collabs pending. 2 collabs pending before the end of the year.
All right, we're gonna get a little breaking news over here. I'll drop the breaking news.
I can't say who.
Almost. Hey, but you know what? I want this to be a spot for you anytime
Well,
you feel...
you know what I can say? I can say they're both rec brands in Cali.
Okay. Hey, there we go. Then now the wheels are turning. Now, just let me, if I get one question as a hint, did any of them by chance win $120,000 in a bracket or anything like that?
No.
Okay. What's your thoughts on Preferred Garden? Have you had any like the MLZ that I mentioned that won $120,000?
I have had the MLZ. The first batch that I had, which was the batch that was literally in the competition, fire. I understand why it won. Every batch I've had since then hasn't really hit the same.
Okay. It's it really sounds like you're in tune with the market out here, and then that's probably why you asked that question earlier. Like, does it look like from the UK in a sense? No, because like you are out here with just your thumb on the pulse with all of our US brands.
Bro, I be watching Proper Doinks and I literally will like see a winner and I will DM them so fast.
That's tight. The Proper Doinks effect is real, my man. That's cool. Speaking of that, like what other, who do you rely on to for a trustworthy recommendation?
Besides my friend Tommy over here.
What's up, Tommy?
You might have seen him before. Tommy Vassetti, he gets reposted on Proper Doinks quite a lot.
Hell yeah.
Big Doinks all the time. I'll take his recommendation. I've got like another homie here in Thailand that I take their recommendation as well. But like YouTuber wise, like anyone people would know, like social media wise, is there anyone that I would really take the recommendation except for Proper Doinks? Oh, probably not, to be honest. Like, I'll be real, probably not. Which is honestly why I understand why so many people also wait for my word on certain things, because besides myself and Proper Doinks, I genuinely don't know who I would be waiting on to tell me if the pack good or not.
Wow, that's dope to hear that. I mean, what about when you see competitions out there that are also out there, like we just recently saw the Olympics, and you saw the awards pop out with that, is that
yeah,
something?
so I like seeing people's opinions on that. I was keeping up to date with everyone on Twitter. That's actually why I didn't get a Olympics box, because I knew that I wasn't going to get one in time. And I actually know for a fact that if I had tried to get one, I would have got it the day after everyone already found out the winners. So at some point, hopefully there'll be a year where somebody hits me up and they're like, yo, I've got a Olympics box, and it's actually in a time frame that makes sense.
And it's for you, right? Like, I mean, they need to get you one in the box. I would think anybody like out there with a competition, man, just like, geez, you're on another level when it comes to platforms, dude.
Yeah, but then it's like, okay, it's no good to try and get me a box when it might not get to me in time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I can understand an international place not like going out of their way to try and.
I mean, that's a big ass box to be over there putting out there, dude. I mean, it's a healthy box, But
at the end of the day, I already knew what I'd won really before everyone said. I mean, everyone already tweeted the winners and was like, yo, I think this is going to win. And those ones that everyone said that they thought was going to win ended up winning.
Yeah, there were a lot of that. I did see that. Well, nice. Okay, I was gonna ask with the side-by-sides, is that now in a sense, do you feel a side-by-side is the best way to gauge which cannabis is better out of the two?
100%, 100%. And you know what's actually crazy? I didn't even figure this out from watching Proper Doinks. Okay, like the way I figured out wow, this is it wasn't even me that helped me figure this out. It was my girlfriend that helped me figure this out, right? Like legit, one day we're sat in the bath, yeah, and we're both smoking 2 different joints, like, because we just rolled up 2 different things. And I think she had rolled up like a Zope and I had rolled up something else, right? And fucking hell, hers was so much better than mine. And I didn't even want to smoke mine anymore.
I'm putting mine out.
Yeah, I didn't even want to smoke mine anymore. It's like a first round KO, like on the comparison.
Okay.
And like, I legitimately thought that the weed that I was smoking beforehand was great. You know, I thought it was great. I thought
I feel that way too now, because I'm going between and you know, you mentioned some names earlier. If you haven't got a chance to try some of this Ridgeline Farms yet, they've got a Lance and a fucking blueberry caviar that is absolutely smoking, and I would love to hear your opinion on that. So if you ever get an opportunity to grab some of that, my man, like fucking swoop.
I want to say that I've tried the Lance. I definitely have heard that name before.
Yeah, Lance is making that strain is making its way. Detroit is actually just cooking with it right now. Shout out to High Tech.
That's too candy for me. I'm like the anti-candy.
Okay, I got you then. Nice. So it might not be up your flavor. We're showing you right now. Do this. You had all these joints laid out on this cardboard box and whatnot. A pretty cool concept out there. Is contest and things like that something up your alley as far as entertainment goes and events? You know, I asked earlier about the events, and obviously there's the big ones, but you know, do you host events like this, like competitions, rolling competitions, and
no,
what?
But we're about to. So this is the good announcement. I was speaking to Adam about this, and I think it's all systems go. I mean, it makes sense to do it. I think we already kind of went through with it, and I've been telling some people that this is what's going to happen. So basically, in my shop in Bangkok, we have a whole extra floor. Okay. So we're going to renovate the floor. And in the normal daytime, it's just going to be like a gaming floor with like a bunch of little gaming activities where you can chill and play PlayStation and stuff like that. Once a week, we're going to host 2 Juuls live on YouTube and on a bunch of other places.
Let's go.
And what I think is going to be like the nice twist to this is anything that we Juul, people are going to be able to buy a ticket to come watch and Juul with us. So you can also have the exact same weed in a pre-roll and literally smoke it along with us, and like put little buttons on the table that have like, you know, red and a blue corner, and then we can get like the audience vote on what they think as well.
That is fucking tight, my dude. Nice. Just keeping it pushing, man. Evolving with the times, right? Like, and having fun with it, man. That's the energy I've gotten from you. Drew, I appreciate you popping on here and kicking it with us. I know it's 1:30 or almost damn near 2 in the morning out there. I appreciate your time and energy, and know that this is a platform for you to anytime you want to pop on here and discuss anything, you got things you want to drop and bring attention to, send it to me, my man. This is a home for you, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, man. Like I feel like there's a lot of questions that will come about now as I'm doing these interviews, or we're hearing the news that of what's going on out there. And I feel like now I have someone that I can really, you know, ask, what is the real deal? Because some of the questions I asked, your answers were almost like, yeah, that's what we want you guys to think. Oh, really? Really? So, yeah, good shit, my man.
That's it, bro. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you so much for having me on. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Hell yeah. Right there, DREWISSHARING, my man. You have a good night, and we'll talk soon.
Hey, thank you so much. I'll see you very soon.
Right there, him doing his thing, popped in here live all the way from overseas. Let's go! 100 episodes in the book. Drew is sharing, popping in here, giving us his take on the UK situation. We heard him talk about, I mean, look, man, US is the GOAT. I know people are like, stop using the word GOAT. All right, I'm going to use a different word. U.S. is the king shit. Right? Damn. That's a trip, man. When will we see an international brand straight rock the world, right? When will we see an international brand where we want to order that shit? Ship it? Or is it out there now and I just don't know? Drew would know though, right? We just had the pro on there. Marijuana to you though, yes, what a dope dude, man. What a dope story as well. Oh my God. Don't tell me I haven't. Don't tell me there was fucking. Fuck. Shout out to Rafe. He popped in a couple questions. I missed them. Oh my God. Look, we're trying to make this happen. If you got questions for my guests out here that are kicking it with us, having a good chat, and I'm not hitting it, I'm not getting the questions out there that matter, email me and I won't even answer them then. I won't, but I'm going to try. And it is baby steps. Eventually we'll get there. My apologies. Fuck, what questions did you have? What is the best frog or toad that you've smoked so far? Damn. The flush question, but formatted for a non-grower. Have you noticed any difference in smokability from cultivars that have flushed versus those who don't? Great questions. Great questions. Rafe, don't let me discourage you, but it's baby steps. Baby steps. Fuck, that was a good one, dog. Thank you. Appreciate those questions. I got a little bit of my blunt left. Is it cool? I'm going to smoke with you. We're going to chop it up about the high rollers. There is a big motherfucking battle going down today. We've seen Gold Rush Farms, Cole out there manifesting victory. Or is he? We're going to fuck around and find out. All right, we are going to fuck around and find out today.
To win this bracket, it's going to show people what the power behind the PSL actually has and Proper Doinks has behind what it can actually do to build a brand.
You're going up against Wizard Trees in this first round. I mean, that is quite the opponent. Tied, I believe, with the most wins in PSL history.
I'm ready, dude. Like, I'm glad we get to go against Scott. Like, we already won, dude. Time just hasn't caught up.
Woo! Big words right there. Finding out today, 420, will he manifest that victory? What a fucking dope situation. And what a cool conversation with Drew is sharing too. And to get the perspective of someone in his position, right? Someone who has his type of ability to smoke, you know, all over the nation. When asked, who does he like to get recommendations from, right? Proper Doinks, son of a bitch. That's fucking gangster. The Proper Doinks effect is real. Could you imagine winning a duel? $420, you duel someone, you win, and you got fucking DREWISSHARING hitting you up. I would feel pretty fucking dope about that. I wonder how many people on average hit up the winners. Like, you know what I mean? We'll never really know unless someone out there wants to share that. But I wonder on average how many people, because I've heard, you know, just from feedback that, yeah, no, if a motherfucker's winning in that league, their stock is going up. And I'm just I'm a numbers guy, right? So is it like, what is it? Hundreds of people? Is it thousands? Imagine 1,000 motherfucker hit you. What, thousands of people, all of, woo, woo. I also appreciate that he gave us some insight, because you see the reviewer and should they get paid discussion being had. And it's like, not all reviewers have the same platform. So you can't really just blanket that statement. You know, people like Big Smoke out there have done tremendous at building a platform that people trust. You know, he's got people wanting to review. Actually, he's going through all the reviews that he got over at Olympics. That should be a funny, that should be some funny content. Looking forward to that. Shout out to Big Smoke out there. And shout out to, reviewers out there, though, that have built a platform that have a demand. And when we saw Drewish Sharon saying, look, if I'm going to get you 50,000 views, just go compare those numbers on paper ads. Like I own businesses out there and we do paper ads at times. And I always felt like they were shit. Paper ads are trash. But you're spending money off getting people to look at your flyer. They're going to see your fucking shit in the magazine and they're going to be like, I'm going to go there. I'm like, I don't think so. I even used to put shit in there like, just call me if you see this. That's never did a paper ad after that. I said, look, I'm just going to put in this. Call me if you're reading this. I'll give you a free bong. Honestly, that did pop though when we did the free bongs. That shit hit. Nice. I'm going to extend that question to you guys now, right? Who are the people that you trust when they say something smoking? Who are your top, whether it be a group, a person, who do you rely on? If anyone, answer that question back. Do you even rely on a motherfucker to tell you what you like? Because I don't. I'm going to be 100 with you. I don't really. I like to watch what people are smoking, but I don't go to a reviewer's channel to see what I should go get, if that makes sense, right? But if I know, like, I have smoking fucking homies who if they're blowing on something, I'm like, oh, what's up? What's good? Mario said B dot. What did you guys think with that comment as well? Damn, with that, I should have probably asked that question in the chat, huh? Damn, that's something. We're growing here. There was growth today. Because when he said that, I could have opened up to the chat. I could have been like, well, what do you feel, chat? We got a fucking live audience, God damn it. I could have easily pivoted over to you guys and said, well, live audience, my yokes. Do you give a fuck if it says that it is a paid review, right? I think it's damn near influencer law now, too. I think there's a law now that you have to put paid review on shit like that. If you're getting paid to do something, I think it is law influencer-wise in some places. That's a broad-ass statement, I know, but I remember seeing something about that. But let me ask you a question. Is that something that you, when you see it, like Drew was saying, just automatically, I think human nature is going to be like, all right, is this then the, you know? Ganja and guns, not a fan of Big Smoke. Damn. Can't say he's not done nothing. I mean, he built a big platform. That's hard to do, right? Or we would see a lot more of those sizes of platforms if it was easy to do. And maybe not to say that they're not, they're not out there, but from experience, like it's a motherfucker to build up. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ganja and Guns. No one listens to his reviews that I know of respectfully. I don't know anyone that listens to reviews, period. Right? I'm running it back in my mind. Like, I don't know anyone that would be like, yo, did you see that review on that fucking thing over here? Like, I don't ever have those conversations. But clearly, it's a thing. Just because I'm not into it, obviously there's a demand for it because you see certain reviewers be able to build it up, right? So there's people out there that fuck with that. Not everyone wants to be controversial for views, but he did do that though. Scrape, what up? Scrap, my bad. I have 2 Khalifa Kush Phenos I popped from Bagseed. One is like original, second is like haze. Only 2 run with them. So only the second run with them. So we'll see. Forgot those also. All right, hey, who saw yesterday the announcement that Boston Clone Co. is sending out the motherfucking Toad? Let's go. Where are my grow-alongs in here? I'm number 2. Number 2 over here. Where are my grow-alongs at? Drop your grow-along number. We're damn near. I think it's cooked. It's all said for. If you had to have gotten in your email. Yep, pulled the old pump fake. Shout out to Boston Clone Co. He reached out and he said, you know what, man? I might accidentally just ship some toads. I don't know. I said, what? Number 22, Nutmeg in the building. Buncha, you're number 1. Shout out to you. Peace, man. Number 12. Good to see that you got through on there. Scrape! Number motherfucking 6 in the building. Let's get it. It switched to Toad, Z. It switched to Toad. We pull the old 1-2 on you. The old 1-2. Number 30 in the building. What's up, Lynx? Happy to have you along this journey with us, man. It's going to be a good time. Let's get it. Toad should be here tomorrow. Number 18, X of P. Let's get it. I really appreciate him pulling that switcheroo, too, because I heavily influenced what the fuck we were growing, right? I want to say 40. I want to say we were talking 50, but I think it's going to end up being 40. But I don't know. At Boston Clone Co. is plugging. Yeah, I'm going to send an email to everybody that's in it. We'll figure it out. We'll make sure that we get that Discord popping. This one made me realize that I need to just get the Discord going after everybody gets their plants, because some people who join the Discord might not follow through with everything it takes to get the plant. And then we're like, all of that. And then there's new people that come out of nowhere and now they're participating. So we'll see who gets the plant and then we're going to go from there. Organic Roots said, I didn't sign up because it was magic marker. Damn, what a change up. I have had people hit me on that saying, bro, I already had permanent marker. That's why I didn't do that shit. But you know why the switch up though, when we said that we could do Toad, remember how that shit just got crazy? How long are we going to veg, Z? Are you not in it? Yeah, we need Ronan to vouch. Hey, if it's not the maybe it's Detroit Runts. We'll fuck around and find out. Good times, you guys. Good times always, man. Appreciate you popping in. The Morning Wood, weekdays, 10 a.m., episode 100. Thank you guys so much for making me feel welcomed over here. An amazing time as always. Pure and Proper was getting $7K a bag for their signature Z in LA last month. I have no idea why they didn't enter it. It would have won easily. I definitely heard of the name Pure and Proper. It's been floating around here in Arizona. That definitely, they do have some heat. Z says, done growing the summer, fool. We in Arizona. We're in the fucking desert. Right. But no matter what, I'm comfortable. Like, damn, fool, you don't turn your AC on for you? How you living right now? That's crazy. He's all, nah, man, just, we out here, it's 85 degrees in my house. Let's just, fuck that, dude. It's the summer. Fuck that, dude. It's 2026, baby. I think ACs were invented a long time ago. What's going down? Grow. You can grow. Well, marijuana to you guys. Shout out to you. Any last shout outs before we get out of here? Plug it. Shout out to your flowers, not your mothers. Unless your mothers are the flowers. You can make that decision. Mine will be here June 4th. What will be there June? Maybe. Oh, June 4th, tomorrow. Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking July 4th. I got, whatever. Yes, mine tomorrow, too. Thank you, Bob Marley. I appreciate it, man. You got killer music, dude. You got killer music. I'm going to play some Bob Marley tomorrow, right? We're going to open up tomorrow either Three Little Birds, maybe I Shot the Sheriff. I don't know. Bob Marley, you pick it. We're starting Bob Marley off tomorrow. What song, dog? You pick it. I moved to Missouri, but my grow room is currently 58 degrees? Jesus. That sounds amazing right now. I just, as long as it's not snowing. All right, need to get out of here. Bob Marley, what are we playing tomorrow? X of P. My man. Shout out to you guys. Eggs in the chat. You fuck with me? Nut said shout out to Jay, one of the best. So, my man, appreciate that synergy, guys. Thank you. Let's fucking go. Jay Hornet blowing trees. That's right. What's up, motherfucker? I can say that. Blicky, I'll have 1,200 or so ready in August. Hit me up for that block work. I'm still trying to figure out how you, man, if you would have went to Zod, we could have smoked. Blicky, we could have smoked a blunt. Would you have smoked a blunt? Are you an anti-blunt smoker? Marijuana. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's go. My friends, have a good Wednesday out there. Open a door for someone. Fuck. Marijuana, thank you so much for everything you provide. You're fucking special. And not like special like short bus. No. I'm talking like special like just fucking amazing.
Wow.
What the